Judd Apatow, the comedic architect behind touchstone films like The 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up, has penned a love letter to his greatest muse, wife Leslie Mann. In his memoir Comedy Nerd, a lifelong obsession in stories and pictures, Apatow revisits the electric instant he knew Mann was the one, a bolt from the blue during her 1996 audition for The Cable Guy. At 27, producing Ben Stiller's dark satire, Apatow was struck dumb by Mann's blend of hilarity and allure. "I just loved her vibe the moment she walked in the room. It did hit me like lightning." "Oh, it's her," he recalls, whispering to Stiller that the future Mrs. Apatow just walked in the room. That serendipity ignited a romance that bloomed swiftly. Dating by late 1996, they wed in June 1997, building a life intertwined with laughter, cinema, and family. Daughters Maude, 27, and Iris, 23, both budding actresses, round out their clan, a creative dynasty echoing the Apatow-Mann ethos of blending art with authenticity. Yet this lightning love wasn't mere rom-com fluff. It reshaped Apatow's craft, teaching him the nuances of writing women who defy stereotypes. Mann's audition for The Cable Guy, as Stephen Kovacs' sardonic girlfriend, was a revelation. Her timing, sharp as a punchline yet tender as a confession, cut through the room's tension. Apatow, already a comedy scribe with credits on Freaks and Geeks, saw in her a partner for life's absurdities. Their courtship was a whirlwind, late-night script sessions morphing into soul-bearing talks, Stiller set as unwitting Cupid's arrow. By wedding bells they'd forged a pact: collaborate, critique, conquer Hollywood's boys' club together. Apatow credits Mann with revolutionizing his writing. "She taught me so much about writing for women," he shares. Peering at her scripts, Gems Amid Dreck, illuminated the gap between authentic voices and caricatures. "It made me realize that I had to put in a lot more work to write complex characters for men and women." This epiphany birthed Knocked Up's messy realism, where Mann's Katherine Heigl sparred with Seth Rogen's immaturity not as punchline fodder, but as equals in emotional chaos. Films like This Is 40 and Funny People followed, starring Mann as Apatow's on-screen alter ego wife, her improvisations infusing scenes with lived-in wit. Their process is symbiotic. When we work together, the second I have an idea we start kicking it around. Mann's enormous amount of funny situations and lines elevates drafts, her toughest critic, ensuring balance. "There's always a final Leslie pass, where she protects all the actors to make sure I make them look good." This guardianship extends off-screen, Mann's steadiness anchoring Apatow's neurotic drive. Through Maude's euphoria breakout and Iris's indie forays, they've modeled vulnerability, publicly dissecting parenting pitfalls in This Is 40, turning private jokes into universal truths. Apatow's memoir peels back layers. The nerdy kid who found salvation in stand-up, now channeling that obsession into family lore. Mann, his lightning rod, grounds the chaos, her beauty matched by brains that challenge his every frame. Nearly 3 decades on, their love endures, not as fairy tale but as fortified comedy, resilient, raunchy, real.